Kalvo on a vision. Yabui on the frame. 2 minds, 1 mission. Elevating the game. From the lens to the cut, yeah, we callin' the play. Directing the flow like we moving ballet. Kalvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabui painting light, every shot got gold. Behind the glass or behind the mic, we break it all down, every wrong, every right. This the spot where the real ones speak, where film meets truth every day of the week. We the shot, callers no cap, just facts. From the first frame roll to the final act. If you living for the art, then you already know. Tune in with the squad, let the creativity flow. From the lens to the cut, yeah, we callin' the play. Directing the flow like we moving ballet. Kalvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabui painting light, every shot got gold. Behind the glass or behind the mic, we break it all down, every wrong, every right. This the spot where the real ones speak, where film meets truth every day of the week. We the shot, callers no cap, just facts. From the first frame roll to the final act. If you living for the art, then you already know. Tune in with the squad, let the creativity flow. On the frame. 2 minds, 1 mission, elevating the plane.
The Shot Callers podcast will be coming up momentarily. We thank you all for listening and tuning in with us tonight as we dive deeper into the conversations surrounding film and everything involving the industry. Will be coming up in less than 2 minutes.
Kalvo on a vision. Yabui on the frame. Two minds, one mission, elevating the game. Yeah, from the lens to the cut, yeah, we callin' the play. Direct in the flow like we moving ballet. Calvo bring the story, every scene got soul. Yabui painting light, every shot got gold. Behind the glass or behind the mic, we break it all down, every wrong, every right. This is the spot where the real ones speak, where film meets truth every day of the week. We the shot callers, no cap, just facts. From the first frame roll to the final act. If you living for the art, then you already know. Tune in with the squad, let the creativity flow. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the Shot Callers podcast. I'm sorry. Your booty has me kind of tripping out back here behind the scenes, you all. But thank you all for joining in.
Sorry, but I do too many podcasts. I got everybody's stuff all together. I need to separate it. My bad.
Oh God.
I mean, that's a good pass. That's a good podcast as well. Made the right play with Lisa on Villa and Carlos. It's just I don't know how they got on ours, but go ahead and take us in, bro.
Wait, I need a minute. All right.
Boom in the shot.
Boom in the shot. Oh no, but thank you all for tuning in to the Shot Callers podcast. We are glad to be back and have you all joining us again tonight. I'm sorry, I got real tickled. Um, but we are back again for another episode. It has been a great week. Since the last episode, we have celebrated Gulf Coast Culture Fest. It was a complete success. We'll show some pictures here shortly, as well as the films for the Culture Film Fest. We had some incredible films that were able to be shown and was screened, and we really am very grateful for that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to catch myself. That tickled me so.
Sorry, I'm fixing.
But
Boca.
all right, we are just glad to be here. It has been a wild ride, you all, but we are still out here checking and just really enjoying ourselves doing this podcast. Again, we thank you for tuning in and listening with us, whether it be live or on the go, listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, as well as our YouTube channel. We are excited to dive into some more topics in and around film and hopefully invite some guests on tonight. If you are watching with us live at the moment, in the comment section, there is a link. So you all feel free to join the conversation live. Come on in, talk to us. We love just having you all join us in the conversations, but we're trying to kind of expand and allow people to dial in and physically speak with us as well. So if you all have something that you want to share, just click the link in the comment sections and join the conversation live. Outside of that, I'm just glad to be here. It is a blessing to be alive. Um, there's so much going on that I'm just so excited about. Like I said, for me, I am a new person this week. I have uh, released a lot of, I won't say burdens, but a lot of work that I was doing has kind of come to pass. And so I'm excited to be back and taking on new challenges and getting ready to dive into, new chapters in life. And so, yeah, your boy, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been pretty good. My son got a new job, construction job, doing tile in Destin. Trying to get a second job, so he's trying to be like daddy and have multiple jobs. work that hustle over the summer
Oh,
until he can go to school this fall and strive to be an accountant.
that's awesome, man.
And I'm just living the boring life of doing what I do, editing and
That's not the boring life. That's what we're here for, man. That is the life,
I mean, I really want to work on movies. You know, I love client work, but the passion is movies. That's the end goal. But we got to work hard, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it's all about is really just trying to get to a point in life to where you can do what you enjoy doing and sustain in life. As of right now,
Yes,
we're
sir.
we're still I don't want to say upcoming, but we're still upcoming. Barely scratching the surface with the work that we've done, even though both of us have done incredible work. However, getting to that full dream of being able to full out create and sustain. I think that's not only filmmaker, but that's every artist's dream to be able to live comfortably and sustain and do what they love doing. And we are two people who have been fortunate enough to, even at the current stages of life that we are in, create and do a lot, like chase our passions. But we still have to kind of balance it out with regular work. Boring, but we make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just have to feel blessed.
I
I'm
know.
in the position, you're in the position that we can actually go out here. If we want to go out and shoot and create something, we can definitely do that, you know? And then
Yeah,
we have those 10,000 hours under our belt to do that. So,
that's true.
I mean, so
That's
I'm
true.
not, I'm not going to complain, bro.
You,
I'm just,
and you know what? So I'm glad you this I didn't mean to cut you off, but I be getting excited on here. Um so a friend of mine brought that into perspective recently, and he was just saying, like sometimes like with us, right, we're shooting and come editing and like just constantly doing that type of work, right? And for us, because it's like what we do, it can sometimes be a little boring, or like we could just
almost feels like a job, bro.
yeah.
I mean, I
But
don't want it to, but, you know.
But for us, it's just because that's what we do. However, like other people, um, that is their dream to do the things that we do,
Yeah, yeah.
and so because we do it, it doesn't seem extravagant. Uh, but we really got to just like live in those moments and take that in. That like we really are doing some incredible work out here, regardless of how it plays out in the moment. But we just do it so often that sometimes we like a little change.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a lot of things, bro. We're doing this podcast,
We are.
13th episode,
Whoop whoop
right?
whoop whoop.
13th episode. He just threw an amazing event, the Culture Fest.
I know.
I need to watch the last episode of Peppermint Lady.
It hasn't dropped.
Oh, it hasn't dropped yet?
No,
I thought you were dropping the whole thing during the festival.
it was going to drop. So y'all tune in because the last episode of Peppermint Lady is still coming out.
Okay, that's dope.
I'm keeping people on edge. It will come out tomorrow.
Okay. Then I shot Hidden Intentions.
I
That
know,
was
and they had
that
a
was a great
premiere.
event.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of great people. Teramis did a great job.
Tell us.
Edited a little bit of it. Then he edited the whole thing. He did a great job. Like to get that done in that short amount of time. That's amazing. I would just be flabbergasted, I
I know,
guess, to
I'm-
do all that
I'm proud
as a
of.
first like project.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He came to me over a year or so ago with the idea, and I'm glad that that's the thing about being a filmmaker, having the idea, sticking with it, and just like seeing it through. And he really did follow through and get it made. And so to see that journey and witness it in real time, I'm proud of him.
Me too. Shout out to him.
And then also you got some other projects you're working on too, don't you?
I mean, just dabbled with that VO3 AI creation with are you talking about Exodus Divided? I think
Mhm.
that just dropped. Yep. That was just a concept trailer so we can send it out to people and see what it do. You know?
Yeah, I see in the comments we have Marcus Miller. He said lucky number 13.
Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah, we didn't even think about that. This is a great episode. Marcus, you should join in by clicking the link in the comments and come on and share a word with us. Marcus Miller is a local actor. Well, I don't want to say local, but he is a actor from the Pensacola area. We've worked together on the Peppermint Lady, and so yeah, he does some incredible work here. Outside of that, though, uh, the real rundown. Let's talk about some news going on in the film world, right?
What's going down, bro?
So, as of right now, nothing extravagant is going on in the film. They just released the new trailer for Wicked, the new sequel for Wicked for Good, the Wizard of Oz movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, it dropped yesterday, and so it comes out in November. It's like the second half to the first half of Wicked, which I'm not sure if you saw that or not. I ended up watching it, and I enjoyed it. Like the backstory to the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the first one was surprisingly really interesting. I'm not real big on the musicals,
Oh.
but I enjoyed it. And then some other stuff coming out is, let's see, the Ballerina movie, which is like a spinoff from John Wick, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, I never watched all the John Wick, so I can't.
I've seen the first couple, but a lot of people love John Wick.
I I stopped watching them when they killed the dog.
That was the first one.
I know, boom in the shot. And so I heard it's a good series. I'm gonna go back and like rewatch it for real. And then also, movies coming up is How to Train Your Dragon is coming out on.
Okay, I seen the original one in the movies with my kids.
Me too. Not with my kids because I don't have no kids, but I saw it in the movies just because I wanted to. It was good, and so I'm excited about that coming out. The real life version on June the 13th. The new Megan movie is coming out about the doll that's like AI. Megan.
Oh really? I guess
she's like Chucky, but like
AI.
yeah.
Wow.
And so that sequel's coming out. And then yeah,
I guess that kind of fits in with what's going on right now. So
talking about the AI and everything.
just AI in general. Yep.
Hold on one moment. So also some TV shows that are coming up. It's also the new Squid Games comes out at the end of the month. For all you Squid Gamers.
Do you watch it?
I don't.
I normally watch it in Korean, bro. The acting's better, and I just read the subtitles.
Is it like, can you do that from Netflix?
Yeah, because it's originally in Korean, and then they dub it American.
Really? And then
the acting's bad though.
In Korean?
No, the Korean.
Oh,
the Korean version is way better.
really?
Way better because just the way they act it and it matches with what they're trying to do. And if you just read the subtitles, it's just a lot better than.
So the American version is in English?
Yeah, they're still speaking in Korean, dubbed in English.
Oh, okay.
So it's not matching.
So,
but you get what's going on. But
the Korean version is
to
just,
get the feeling of it. Listen to a Korean, watch the subtitles. That's like the best way, in my opinion, to watch it.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna try to check that out. So I know I'm so like, I have no reason for why I haven't watched Squid Games.
At least watch the first one, bro. First season.
I haven't. I know.
It's so dope, bro.
So you know what? I do have a reason. I don't. I'm not even gonna give that excuse.
You don't like Asian people?
No, I hate them.
Mm.
No, let me stop playing. No. So I was having some problems with my Netflix account, and so I password share.
So you password share.
Netflix.
You're the owner, or you have someone else's password.
I have someone else's password.
You can
right?
use my password, bro.
But you know, now with Netflix, they crack down to where
only a certain amount of people, and everybody has your password, probably, right?
No, and so like for me, the person who I share passwords with, like I have to text her every 14 days, and it locks me out the account every 14 days,
That
and so I
sucks.
have to like text her to get a new a link to.
Okay,
I know it's terrible.
so
And
that's why you go to the
don't listen to this
movies.
Netflix, huh?
So
And so,
that's why you go to the movies instead of streaming
I
because
do.
those issues.
Yeah, maybe maybe so for real. And a lot of times, like when I during the times where I have the password, like I I strictly like watch stuff uh that I'm like going on to watch. Yeah. Uh, so recently, I just finished watching this TV show called Forever. Um, that's on Netflix right now. It's by Mara Brock. I can't pronounce her last name. Kill. She did like some uh popular shows back in the day, but she has a new show on Netflix called Forever. It's actually pretty good. It's centered around this like black teenage couple falling in love and just like their relationship. Um yeah, so Marcus, I just see where he also put in the comment section 100% hits different in Korean, much better in
Yes.
regards to Squid Games. And so, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I do know like some other movies that I think are coming out soon. That's like the new Superman movie. Oh yeah, you're looking up Forever, bro. Speaking about Forever, right? I watched it, and the cinematography, the story is just really good, really authentic to like relationships in general, right?
Hmm.
But the cinematography on this TV show is like really good. Like they, you know how we was talking about like Insecure.
Hmm.
It's not the same DP, but they like the lighting and just some of the shots on the show is really good. And I advise everybody to go check that out. I'm not.
Oh, 3 out of 5 stars.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's pretty good, right?
No, this probably they probably eat mayonnaise sandwiches.
That they was hating on it. I don't know if it's on shot deck. Uh,
It's probably too new. Because
I don't know.
Sinners is not on shot deck yet. I
For
checked. I
real?
tried. Yeah.
No. See, I don't have a shot deck right now. I gotta make a new login.
Yeah.
Um, but speaking of which, uh, I think it's important to get good shots when you're filming things. One topic that I do want to kind of like talk about tonight is like getting too many shots and too much coverage when filming. And so, what are your thoughts on that?
I guess it depends on what type of project. Maybe like music videos, I try to get as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I try to use up the whole session to get as much B roll as possible. Sometimes a rapper doesn't know their, not the rapper, the artist doesn't know the words of their song, so you try to fill in those gaps with lots of B roll. And shooting movies like to overshoot as well because you never know when someone's not acting right or you're rushing and you don't grab focus right or the lighting's wrong or I don't know, boom is in the shot. You need to cover things up. So it's always good to have that extra footage so you can pivot when there's like a mistake. And sometimes it ends up better, you know?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I think for me, like I'll be planning, and so like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll plan for coverage, but a lot of times I'll end up getting additional coverage. But then it has been times where uh, I have not got enough coverage for the fact of like time restraints, right? And so for those listening, when we talk about coverage, right? Coverage is like filming the same scene from like multiple angles, right? And so I wish I could show like an example. Uh, like so when filming the scene, right, you get like a wide angle, a medium angle close up where it's like it's different cuts of the same exact scene. So like when we film a scene in general for a movie, and that's what is one thing that kind of like makes making movies so long. Is like you shoot the same scene from multiple angles, right? To where like you can get the angle up close or like afar, and you get like a medium shot to where it's a series of different angles of the same scene to kind of like build the scene out, right? Um, and you want to just kind of make sure that you have a good coverage. Coverage is like making sure that you have all the different angles that you need to like build out the scene to like effectively tell the story, right? And so for actors who are working in film, you can shoot the same scene multiple times, right? Because even with you shooting it like from different angles, you get multiple takes of the same angle, right? And then you go in like you can get like a close up. You can shoot it a couple times. Then you come out and get like a wide shot showing like the whole scenery, and you shoot that multiple times. And you get the reason why you do it is so you can have like coverage. So uh for editing purposes, being able to cut the scene and to also like I said, build the scene out. Pros is it gives like editors, and the pros for getting a lot of coverage is like it gives editors like the flexibility and helps with continuity or any like performance issues, right? However, the cons to getting a lot of coverage, right, is the fact that like it can be very time consuming. Uh, it can exhaust your cast and crew because you're shooting the same thing like multiple times. Uh, and sometimes it could just feel like generic, like it just doesn't have any like. After you do it so much, you kind of lose the emotional feel to it, you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, what you think about that?
Well, if you have a a great actor, I try to overshoot them. Get if especially if there's like dialogue,
Hmm.
I try to get them speaking. I try to get their reaction. Make sure the eye line is set. On the person that actor is talking to in that scene. I just try to overshoot them for the most part. So if you have to cut away from the one that's not performing, you can at least get the reaction of the better actor.
That's true. We didn't even talk about reaction shots. So, yeah, a lot of times when you watch stuff, you'll hear like, so say me and Yabui are talking, right? Yabui, just talk to me, but don't show yourself on camera.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
So, like, while Yabui's talking, you'll get shots of like not him talking, but like the other person reaction. And so that's also part of coverage. So, we're like, maybe even while Yabui was just talking, something was going on with his camera or like something happening to his scenes where we can't actually use his clip, but we use a reaction clip of me reacting to whatever's going on or taking place as coverage.
Exactly.
Some other things is just like I think some things to think about when doing like coverage is also like when trying to really think about the vision of the scene, like what is it that you're trying to portray, not only just like visually but like emotionally. Some scenes you don't want to like cut from a lot because for me personally, I don't like to cut out of scenes that are like emotionally heavy too much, uh because I like to see the character kind of sit in it. But then other movies where it's like more of a fast paced type thing, you want to get multiple coverage so you can have that like free
Yeah.
to like cut in and out.
Yeah, I think that's where sorry. I think that's where experience uh will take I guess be the best way is because you need to learn the flow of editing, the
Hmm.
pacing. Like pacing is like probably the most important thing You can fix the acting um, with the pacing, make it quicker, slower, hold the shot, or cut away, or just cut that scene, half that scene entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course you just lay over the scoring to try to fix things too. So it just depends, man. But yeah, you just have to use your intuition to kind of fill out the scene because sometimes the act is not there. Then you have to just cut away from that person and just do what you need to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I I think I agree. Like really just when you said pacing, so for me, thinking about like on a personal level, right? I just worked on the Peppermint Lady, which is a suspense thriller. So the pacing is very slow and drawn out, right? So I didn't do too much coverage for the scenes that I shot. I shot like a lot of uh long takes or what could be considered like oneers, where it's like one long take as a whole. Uh but by doing so, like it just allowed, like I said, the character to just, or my actor, excuse me, to just sit in the moment, and us as the audience like not leave them, you know. So we're with them. So like the pacing is kind of like we're moving at the pace that they're moving, as opposed to where like if it's something like on the flip side, like a very dramatic something, or even like when things started picking up in the scene, I started cutting like really fast, right?
Yes.
We can use an example. Um,
Want to pull up your movie?
yeah, let's pull it up. All right, Ray Quinn has joined the conversation. He said, I feel the same when writing. It's like ordering a steak and selling for a piece of pork chop.
Exactly.
It is.
Or bologna sandwich.
You said, or bologna sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you really just need to kind of just fill it out, and yeah, just let it simmer.
So,
Um, we can start with 6. All right, so this is uh,
once again, I'm gonna let you grab the mouse.
huh?
I'll let you grab the
All
mouse.
right,
Oh, you can use that.
I,
Okay.
I can use it from here. How long?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of like skip ahead, right? Oh, I got you.
Oh shoot, my bad.
All right, so this is just kind of like one scene where we're just kind of following it. Uh, it's
Pause on that. I'm gonna let me pause real quick. Let me
yeah.
zoom out a little bit because it's cutting out the.
Hold on one moment, Wes. All right. All right. So yeah. So I am going. Can I move this to the side?
Move this to the side.
Move this to the side. All right. All right. So in the same sense, right? We have like in the scene, you see like the actors walking up, right? So this would be like a wide shot take, right? So we shoot the angle. A lot of times when you get coverage, you shoot wide, and then right here where you saw Marcus pop in, that's like 3 different takes. So we shot it first the whole scene wide, and wide. A lot of times when you're getting coverage, you want to shoot the wide angle first, right? Because the wide angle shows the setting, but it also like it covers it's the wide range of everything, right? And then from there you can start dialing in. So for instance, this right here is a close up of Marcus, where we shot the same in the same setting. We reshot the whole scene, but we closed in on Marcus, right? To kind of like get the depth of what he was saying. Followed by what this would be like a medium close up or like a 3 shot, where it's still the same scene replayed again, but from a different angle, right? And so we just dialed in and went closer from the wide angle, right? And from right here, you see how it kind of leads from like the 3 shot to Capri's close up, where
Mm-hmm.
where we shot each angle multiple times, but we were able to dial in and get like a close up shot, a medium close up shot,
Mm-hmm.
3 shot, or whatever shot it was we needed to really make sure that we had enough coverage for like the scene as well as each individual character for their lines, right?
Yeah, that just helps you tell your story better with variation in shots because it's boring when people just cut from medium to medium to medium to medium to medium. You know.
And see, even the same thing with Gene when he comes in, right? And so what I did from Gene, right here, I went and panned to
Mm-hmm.
Tilda in the shot. I could have easily just cut Gene off and then went straight into another close up of Till, right?
So, what was your thought process right there?
I wish I would have did that, but because
Mm-hmm.
see, then I went from Till. I was pushing time though, so I made it like a Warner, like one
Mm-hmm.
continuous thing, and instead of like doing 3 different individual medium close ups, I just panned the camera over to each individual character.
Got you.
So like in the film, it was the only thing I had to work with for this one
Mm-hmm.
last scene, and we were pushing time, and it was like 30 degrees outside, so we were cold. Um, and
It's
I
warm in Florida, bro.
right, and so when I got into the editing bay, this was one moment where I wish I would have had more coverage from it because I could have easily like chopped it up a little bit better, but we only shot it like twice, and both times I didn't like do individual takes of each character. I just panned it to kind of make it easier. It works for the scene.
Yeah.
I will say that because the scene is very like intense in the moment. So like, and the story unravels in that one sequence. A lot of backstory unravels, so we kind of stay with the characters. However, for me, in the editing purpose for coverage, I wish I would have had individual scenes to kind of like cut back and forth too. But it works out. I mean, and I think with coverage, that's one thing that like you want to make sure you have enough, but sometimes too much is too much. Like you can have too much coverage where like you have so much coverage that you have to watch so many different takes or so many different of this, and like you have to literally, it kind of extends the editing session because you have to go through and comb through to make sure that you find like the best performance. And then outside of that, the more you shoot, the more uh, continuity can become a issue at sometimes because things might not align with continuity and stuff. So it's really just about finding that happy medium, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you. Man, I'm so bad.
Uh oh.
Like you said before, time is always the enemy. But when there's enough time, I always tend to overshoot and just work these folks. But like if you're working with like sunlight and you're going into dusk,
Mm-hmm.
man, that's when it gets kind of hairy.
That's true. And that happened with us when I was talking about another short film I did, Marry Me Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of ran out of time light, and so we had to kind of pivot and just where the scene was supposed to take place in the evening time, it ended up taking place at nighttime. But we got enough coverage to make it flow. So where like you watching it, you
Mm-hmm.
don't think anything about that.
Yeah.
It just works out.
But sometimes the story is so good that that kind of helps with lack of continuity. If you edit it right and that was well written, so I mean that came out pretty good.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, so with coverage, some other things that you want to take in, uh, like I said, we talked before. Was it last week when we were talking about
About what?
The Shining and the multiple takes?
Oh yeah, they did like 100 something takes or something.
Yeah, and that kind of goes for in relation to a little bit with the coverage. You do multiple coverage, right? It's just really reacting out the scene. So you don't, like we just mentioned before, you don't want to get too much coverage because you don't want to overexhaust the performance from your actors.
Yeah, if they're getting paid that money and you got that budget, shoot, 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 shoot. You know what I'm saying? Because
You think so?
I mean, the overall story is what comes first. You know, over everything. So I mean, I always tend to overshoot, bro, because it always sucks when you're editing, then you're just stuck with, like you said, pork chops or bacon or a bologna sandwich when you want a steak or filet mignon or wagyu, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like I kind of went into agreement with them shooting that scene multiple times, right? As a director, you want to make sure you have the perfect shot.
Yeah. But
But
then
but
sometimes
what do
you
do?
just gotta go, bro.
Sometimes
You gotta just go to the next thing because
sometimes you do, but what do you do when you're on the edge of getting the perfect shot, but time does not allow you to get the perfect shot?
call the producer and get some more money.
That part for real, because it's gonna cause. I mean, it's gonna need it. Because like I was talking about before, you either go into overtime or you have to do a pickup day, and both of those are not pretty sights or pretty things that to have to do. So I think you just have to just plan it out, but still make sure you, as a director or a director of photography, like you want to just make sure that you have enough coverage to build out the story. Because the one thing that, especially as someone who edits, that you it's like an editing nightmare is not having enough coverage to build out a scene. Uh, Coverage is like puzzle pieces, really.
Yes.
Like the director is drawing the picture, right? The director of photography is printing the picture, and the editor is taking the puzzle pieces and putting the picture together, right?
Yes.
And so if the director and the director of photography, cinematographer, don't fully draw out the picture, pieces are missing to where when the editor is putting the picture together or a puzzle together, they're unable to complete it. To where you can look at the picture and figure out what the picture is, but it's gaps. And that's because it was not enough coverage.
Exactly.
I think that was a good analogy. I feel pretty proud of myself for
You did a
coming up
great
with
job
that
on
one.
that, bro. You
Thanks.
did a really good job.
All right. So, in final thoughts coming towards this, right? Make sure you get your coverage. Get enough material to build it out, whether it be from different angles of the same thing or reaction shots, right? But don't get too much to where you drown the editor. Too much. It's like anything. Too little is too bad, and too much is too bad. You have to have like that happy medium, uh, to where you can successfully get enough to build out what you need. Yabui thinks you should get more than enough, which you should have more. You should have more options than what you need than what you don't need. Because it's always good enough to have more than what you need, so you can have stuff on the back burner. But too much, I think, is too much.
Yeah, it is.
But also, like overshooting. It's like overshooting. The same sense of overshooting. You can overshoot something for sure. Like even we talking about it from like a narrative standpoint, but even if you're like working an event, right? If you're overshooting an event and you have to like put together like a reel of a highlight thing, it's like all
Oh,
right.
bro, I overshoot events way too much. I have to make like a 1.5 minute recap, and I'm there for like 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. I I've started like I just know sometimes when I'm doing the event and I'm trying to do like I was real bad at one point for like overshooting. Like I'm gonna miss. I gotta get
It takes
everything.
up like your whole drive,
It
bro.
does.
And then
And then
sometimes
you
I
don't
feel
even
bad
use it.
because the people that hired you, they're like looking at you. But sometimes, bro, I just like turn my camera off and I just go like this. I'm like looking around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like for events, I could literally just be there for 30 minutes, get everything I need. But
No,
they want you there.
that's hilarious because people do be watching, and I just be like, I be like all in, I be shooting, and it be like, but then I get home and I start editing, and I be like, I only use like 30% of 70 what I
Exactly.
shot. I was like, man, I just be overshooting.
And then they be trying to direct you while you're at the event. I'm like, bro, I know what to do. I've done this like 5, 6 times, like for your same event. Nothing's changing. You know what I'm saying? So,
booming the shot.
boom in the shot. Yeah, events is where now weddings. I super overshoot.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Super overshoot weddings.
for
Everything.
sure. That is the one exception to overshoot. You want to overshoot a wedding.
Yeah, because you never know. Because especially if you're like there by yourself, you gotta capture everything,
And
and you never know when something goes out of focus. Always record that audio. Record as much audio as possible to cover things. Get lots and lots and lots and lots of B-roll. Shoot everything if you can shoot in slow motion. So if you need to extend a shot to cover a certain space, do that. 4K 60 if you can, just shoot that the whole time. If you can't, that's okay, but that's what I try to do. Slow motion is my friend when it comes to like weddings and stuff.
yeah, I mean, weddings, it's so much to capture at a wedding, from the details to the emotions to just everything. And so like that is the one thing that you definitely for sure want to overshoot. And weddings happen in real time. So like if you miss a moment, you can't go back, you know?
Yeah, bro. That's why I always shoot like in cameras. That's why I bring a 360 camera to everything. So if I miss it, that'll catch everything.
Yeah, Dominique Jordan said, shout out to Dominique in the chat. Jordan Street Photography. He said, can't miss any great moment for sure, bro. It is, yeah, you just got to be on, like,
You gotta be on point. You gotta be on P's and Q's on that one.
because, yeah. But you know what? Like, part of me, when I have a wedding coming up this year. That's kind of cool. I don't shoot too many weddings. I shoot probably like one or two a year. But I will say, like, the moment, like, I get adrenaline from shooting weddings because it's like in my head, it's like I think about I have to just get everything,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just a constant running throughout the day. Um, that I get like an adrenaline from it, like overshooting and stuff, and
Exactly, because I shot so many weddings, but I'm still a little bit nervous because you never know what's gonna happen, bro.
that's true.
Fights could break out. The a lot of times the bridesmaids don't want to help. She's stuck there by herself trying to do everything. They're all like doing selfies on the side, doing their own thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Nothing's, and you end up like kind of helping the bride out most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to set her up,
That's true.
and then sometimes the wedding coordinator's not doing their job, so you got to be the wedding coordinator and you got to push it along because
So
you're like almost to the end of the wedding. You haven't done bouquet toss. You haven't done any of those things.
So, question. I know you say you don't shot list a lot, but do you shot list for weddings?
No, because I have it in my head. I know exactly what I'm
You're
gonna do.
incredible, bro. I have a list. I
Oh,
go
really?
into it. Yeah.
I just have it in my head, bro. I just go boom, and I just go. I do the same cycle every time.
The first wedding I did, the wedding planner, she was an incredible wedding planner. I can't remember her name. But however, she created a shot list on behalf of the bride and groom of stuff that they
Oh,
want
that's
to
dope.
capture.
That's good because
And
I like most time bride and grooms don't know anything.
yeah, and so she sent it to me, and I just kind of kept it as a template.
Oh,
And so I just kind of like,
you
yeah,
send that to me, bro.
yeah, I will.
Like when it comes to photography, that's different. Like I definitely need a template because it's all over the place with that one.
Yeah, I feel so, and that one was for photography, but even with like videography and stuff for wedding, like depending on which role I'm in, vice versa, right? Whether I'm video or uh photography, like I feel like when I'm at a wedding, I'm bouncing back off the opposite person. So like,
Oh yeah.
if you're the videographer, like we're working simultaneously. You know, like I'm capturing the same thing you're capturing. We're just kind of like we work together on it. You know.
Yeah. With some photographers, man, I tell them my camera is on this tripod right here. What do they do during like the kiss, during all those different memorable moments? They're right in front of that camera with the free, like, bro.
Oh, see, like,
Or they don't have a zoom lens, right? And they're all up on the bride and groom.
oh yes,
You gotta have a zoom lens.
yeah.
You can't be getting in front of people.
Yeah, because I'll be trying to block. Like, I know for me, I use my zoom. Sorry, I lean back. I know I use my zoom lens a lot because I just I know I'm there for the bride and groom to capture the moment, but I know I'm not the only one there capturing the moment, you know? And so I don't want to be in other people's photos, like,
Yeah,
you know, unless it's called for, but you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then, not to mention the photographer, the guests with the iPhones trying to think they're like
The
Spike Lee, trying to, and they're like their 20-inch iPad like in your way, like they're shooting the wedding. I'm like, bro, move over. I'm shooting this wedding. Just oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's why I like some weddings where they ban cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
I love those weddings. You just gotta sit there, and you gotta sit there and enjoy the moment, man. Two people
I do
getting
too.
married.
Like I have several friends who have gotten married and they've done a no phone reception, and I do really enjoy those because, like you said, you just like it's no distractions. You're just there in the moment.
Yeah, you'll see it on the you're because when you getting those cell phones and taking those pictures and the videos and going live at those, you're doing it for yourself. You're trying to get clout for yourself. You're not trying to celebrate them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Otherwise,
true.
they would have streamed it live.
That's true, and I feel like some people just want to like release the moment for themselves.
Exactly. Because they got their hair did, their makeup, like, ooh, I look cute. We got this good sunlight coming in.
Yeah.
And they just have themselves, they're not even like by the bride or groom. They're on themselves, like just, oh, Lord.
People, yeah, you know, they just
Booming a shot on that one.
boom
5
in the
times.
shot. Give one boom. But however, shoot a lot for weddings. You should, if you're a photographer or a videographer, definitely if you've never done a wedding, do one. I encourage everyone to do a wedding.
Yeah, because you're either going to love it or you hate it.
You are
It's just so much, bro.
it is a lot. It is a lot. But I feel like if you can do a wedding, you could do anything.
Yeah, if you do a wedding or if you do like a music video, yeah, you can do it. Those prepare you for doing movies and everything. So, yeah, especially weddings are high pressure because you can't miss that shot, bro.
You
Can't
can't.
miss that shot.
So, on the flip side to a wedding, this is gonna sound very morbid. Have you ever shot a funeral?
Yep, live stream one. I shot multiple funerals. That's why that's my saying, man. I get you when you're born. I get you when you're leaving.
I know.
I get you dead or alive.
Terrible. But yeah, boom in the shot. But it happens, y'all. Still, some. So summarizing all of this up, right? Know what you're shooting. Some things do, as we've kind of went off into a right lane, do require more coverage than others, and so I think it is good to like know what you're shooting. But sometimes I feel like we talked about events and stuff like. If it is something that you cannot recreate outside of the moment, make sure you get enough coverage to have the moment. However, if it is something that you can recreate with the moment, don't overshoot the moment.
Yeah, especially like at parties and stuff like that. But like weddings, I require like an itinerary. I want to know what's going on at every time. So I guess that's where I prep the most is like weddings. I want the itinerary so I can already put in my head. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna have this set up.
Yeah,
And
like who's giving the toast or whatever.
And make sure you get that food in the contract. Get that dinner in the contract.
Every time.
Every time, please.
Cause I'm a write my meal in there. That I'm gonna either have to take a break and eat, or I need a dinner roll wrapped up and ready to go.
Exactly, because there's nothing to film during while they're eating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then when normally if I know the people, I'll just go get a plate and I'll be the first one. Because by the time if you wait for everybody, by the time you get your food, then it's already time to do the toast
and the dance.
yeah, all that stuff. So be the first one to get your food.
I agree.
Let them know. Just go get it. Get it right there with the bride and groom. Same thing. Same time.
Yeah, because basically once the bride and groom is done, the festivities continue whether everybody else is still eating or not.
Exactly.
I agree. Do you have anything else you want to add for tonight's podcast?
No. AI, need to learn that tool. Need to learn it.
Y'all, Yabui will be hosting AI tutorial classes. You all can feel free to find us. No, I'm just talking, but seriously, he's gonna start doing AI workshops. I'm gonna try to talk him into doing it.
VO3. Hey, you want to see some of my prompts that I did? Okay, let me do it. Man, these are pretty good. Go ahead.
Outside of that, you all, if you are tuning into tonight's podcast, please be sure still to tap in with us. Follow our actual Facebook page, The Shot Callers Podcast. And you can also listen to us on YouTube and take us on the go with you wherever you go by streaming us and listening to us live and replays on Spotify and Apple Podcasts under The Shot Callers Podcast. Please, if you are on either one of those platforms, please give us a follow and a listen.
Pull up a couple things. Let me see. Try flow.
Yabui is about to, before we close out, give us a quick little
glimpse flow
into
create with flow.
The world of creating with AI.
It's kind of expensive though. But if you have an EDU account, you can get it free for a year. So give me all your EDU accounts so I get some free credits, please. Of course, it's taking forever to load around the podcast. I would play the trailer, but it has copywritten trailer music.
Uh-oh.
Of course it's not loading. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Here we go. I was trying to do like a little spec commercial for Pensacola. So let's take a look at this.
The city's always alive at night, especially Palafox. The energy is amazing. The city's always alive at night, especially Palafox. The energy is amazing.
Think about this AI the video creation. That actually is the first one with the sound.
So what Yabui just showed us was an AI generated video
from VO3. It's trending right now. It just came out last week.
3 of AI generated video.
Let's take a look at this one. The prompt is man 2 slaps the paper down and steps close. You better watch who you accusing. Camera orbits the 2 men in a slow 360 motion. Street lights flare. Go.
What you buy?
You better watch who you accusing of.
See, and I put in the prompt as well, I put wet pavement.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I just put wet pavement. You see the drips of rain on their shoulders. You see the sweat. I put teal and orange look. So that's what you see there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
What you buy?
You better watch who you accusing of.
He acts embarrassed than some of these actors we got out here in real life.
You stuck in the past.
Oh, I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. Ooh. I try to make it's not good with physics with fighting. Fighting sucks on this thing right now. It's actually pretty good. Look how good this environment looks. Yeah, the lighting is just incredible. Like, yeah, bro.
This could definitely be used to help
Definitely for prep.
For prep,
yes, definitely for prep. That would be great. So that's all I got, bro.
No, thanks for showing. That was pretty cool, you all. We just learned and witnessed in real time the advancements of AI in the industry, and things are moving so fast and so swiftly that you can really just, even taking the software that you just showed us, create a whole movie
Exactly.
using AI.
Also, did you hear in the news that one of the coders for the AI was running a test? They found that they had to upgrade the AI. The AI got mad.
Yeah, from a math problem or something, right?
Yeah, the AI got mad, found out he cheated on his wife or something, and then blackmailed him that AI was going to release those pictures or evidence if he got upgraded.
No, I have not seen that one.
Yeah.
See,
AI.
that's what I see. That's what I don't like.
It's all good though. It's got
It just reminds me of iRobot.
Don't put your mess on AI, bro.
But everybody puts their mess in AI. Chat GPT has become so many people's therapist, bro.
Just don't cheat. That's all.
But I mean, people be asking Chat GPT how to cheat.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And
you deserve to get caught.
And be putting their relationship problems in there. That's like a real thing. And so yeah, I just be careful what y'all tell AI. Even though I be telling AI everything, and AI is my best friend.
Yes, ChatGPT is such a great tool.
We was beefing. AI. I told you about that, I believe. But ChatGPT was beefing with me. But we good now. But still, be safe, y'all. Coming to our final thoughts, though, from tonight's episode, which will be also sponsored to you by Chat GPT.
You go first.
Final thoughts for tonight. Coverage isn't a bad thing, but shooting with intention is better. Every frame you shoot should say something. Don't just capture the story. Design how it's told. I don't like that one. I'm coming with a better one.
Something.
All right, I'm back. Coverage is easy. Vision takes courage. Every time you hit record, ask yourself, am I thinking? Wait, no, let me just rewind. Coverage is easy. Vision takes courage. Every time you hit the record, ask yourself, am I just filming the scene, or am I shaping how the audience feels it? When you stop shooting just to edit and start shooting to tell the story, that's when your work becomes cinema.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good, wasn't it? Where you at, you boy?
I got one. This was because we went off on the tangent of weddings. So, love is a lens through which we capture life's most beautiful moments, unfiltered, imperfect, yet undeniably real. In the grand ceremony of time, it's not the perfect vows, but the daily choosing that makes the marriage a masterpiece. Hence, just replace all that with film. One step. I try to do on the marriage shit because normally ours kind of sound the same, so I'm trying to make it a little bit different.
Oh no. It was good. It was good. All right, y'all. But no, we thank you all for tuning in with us tonight for tonight's episode of the Shot Callers Podcast, where we, Kalvo and Yabui, call the shots and make the shots on everything cinema and film related, as well as life. We talk about life on here, and We love y'all, and we just thank y'all for tuning in with us, whether you're listening to us live on Facebook Live or YouTube, or listening to us at a later date on Spotify and Apple Music Podcasts. We love y'all, and we just ask that you all just continue to be blessed, continue to create, don't hate, let's elevate, and tune in next week as we go in on the Shot Callers Podcast.
No outro, because I don't have it queued up, so see y'all later.
Yabui, they waiting on who next.